Thank you very much. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Who has near-death experience? Who has heard about near-death experience? I forgot to raise my arm the first time, so. Who likes orgasms? Who has heard about them? Why are we going to talk about near-death experiences and sexuality? What do they have in common? Why is it important to remind ourselves what's going on in our bodies to work with our clients? I had multiple near-death experiences and out-of-body experiences, and I recently learned when you have more than 6, you're called a frequent traveler. I thought I could only acquire this with an airline, but yeah. And I would like to share today my very first near-death experience with you, and how this can help you in your work with your clients, how I use it in the work with my clients. I work mostly with people at the end stage of their life. They have a devastating diagnosis when I see them first. And our goal, very often is to help them heal. But it's their decision. It's not my decision, as we heard earlier today. And if healing, the earthly expression of healing is not possible anymore, I help them to prepare and transition peacefully. And how can you do this? When you can help them to be free of fear. And they don't have any fear anymore, when they know what to expect. They can handle it. And they can gracefully pass on. And there is no fear needed. And this is what I want to share with you. What else happens is that you cannot control it. And there are 3 things in our life where we are absolutely out of control. This is when we are giving birth, when women who had given birth, when you are in the birth process, you cannot control the contractions are coming, they are coming, and you have to breathe through them. This baby wants to be born.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there is no time to think a single different thought. You are absolutely present in this very moment. And when we were making love, what happens when we surrender, when we allow ourselves to give up control, when we stop all the other thoughts, the grocery list, the meal plan, the dog needs to go to the vet, when we stop thinking all those crazy thoughts, and the men, when they stop thinking, can I hold my erection? Will I be good enough? Will my performance be long enough? We can enjoy. And we know it's a pleasurable state. And when we die, it's a similar thing. We cannot control it. When we are in the moment, when we are present, we can enjoy it. And we heard yesterday it's about the why. Why do we fear death? Why? We come up with so many reasons. My children, my parents, my whatever. It's about ourselves. And when we know what to expect, we are still a tiny bit in control. And we are not scared. And we are not scared, we can allow it to happen and we can enjoy. What happened to me? I had given birth to our daughter. It was a natural birth after spending 30 weeks in the hospital. My body was weak. It was my 3rd childbirth. I have 2 children in heaven. I'm not telling you dying and seeing someone die is easy. I'm telling you it's possible to handle it gracefully. I had given birth to our daughter and I was in my happy state, this euphoric state, and then my husband realized, hey, she's still bleeding like hell, what's going on here? And he called the doctors back into the room and they said, oh, that's not normal. And then they realized the uterus rupture from giving birth to a previous child had happened. I needed emergency surgery. And I remember, before anesthesia kicked in, that I thought, I did a good job. My life is done. Next thing I remember was that I observed the scene from above. There was a body and a lot of blood and a lot of people working like crazy, and my thoughts, it's not that thinking what we are used to do here, it was not that conscious thinking, I felt my thoughts. And I said to myself, that's good, they are busy, so they cannot do any harm to the world. Let's keep them busy. And then I realized the body they are working on, that's the body I used to be in. And I finished that thought and I was pulled with powerful force into a very short tunnel. It was a dark tunnel, it was very short. And then into this bright light. I got the experience to be in that very bright light. And it was so blissful. And I wanted to be there. And I met faces, I could see the faces, shapes like faces. I did not see the bodies, but the faces, I could recognize the people. Some of them I had met in my life. I knew who they were. And I just wanted to stay there and discover. And then my great aunt started to talk to me, and she said, it's not your time yet. We want to show you things, and then you have to go back. I help you understand. And I didn't really believe that I had to go back. Don't get me wrong, I was fully aware that I just had given birth to my daughter. I love my family beyond measure. But I knew they would be okay. And God talked to me. The world needs to know. I lived in Berlin that time, and we spoke German, nothing but German. But this particular sentence was given to me in English. The world needs to know. It took me 6 years to talk about this experience for the very first time. After 6 years, I talked to my husband about it. And after 25 years, I was voluntold to a near-death experiencer meeting to speak there. So I'm sharing this with you. You're the second group I'm talking about this publicly. Thank you for listening to me. I got the message that the world needs to know. And what the world needs to know is that there's no fear needed, because the soul continues to live. Love is eternal. The soul is love. You are your soul. And when we can share this with our clients, no matter in what state of their life they are, there is no fear no more. And where there's no fear, there's love. And where there's love, there's grace and self-determination. And when our clients understand, with all levels of their being, that's all about love, healing is possible. And healing can mean that they either recover, that they become healthy again, or that they make peace with themselves. And when we are at peace, and when we understand that we are love, pure love, nothing but love, we understand that we are enough. And when we understand that we are enough, that we have everything what we need to fulfill our life's lesson for this particular lifetime we have chosen. We just heard it. We have chosen our incarnation, we have chosen our lessons. We might be not so much happy all the time with what we have chosen, but we have chosen it. And when we understand we have everything we need, the circumstances, the power, the strength to learn our lessons, then we know that we are enough. And when we are enough, we can enjoy our life, and we do not have to waste energy in questioning ourselves. We don't have to question, are we good enough in what we are doing? We know we are. We are good enough. When we are making love, we know we are good enough. A lot of clients come to me for whatever different reasons. And when you dive deeper, they have a lot of fear. A lot of fear, and they say, I have fear of dying. What is actually a fear of living? And we can help them to live a meaningful life, knowing with all levels of their being that they are enough. They can enjoy life. They can enjoy their sexuality. And so many sexual dysfunctions could be healed by realizing it's all about you and you are enough. When they do not worry any longer, their body usually functions perfectly fine. And it's about permission. And I invite you to take a moment to give yourself permission to let this sentence sink in. Please repeat it if you're in a mind. I am enough.
I am enough.
That is so true. Let it sink in. Make it your mantra. And allow yourself to surrender. Allow yourself, for certain moments in your life, to not be in control. Allow it to happen. Knowing that you are enough and that you are loved. And please, share this with your clients. The world needs to know.